Hi everyone, thank you for tuning in to She Roams Free. Guess what? I made it to Thailand. We're exactly in Bangkok, been here for the last couple of days. In today's episode, I'm going to talk to you guys about my experience flying here to Thailand and what we did the first couple of days of being here. Stay tuned. Look guys, let me tell you something. I'm so excited to be here. This is our first time in Thailand, Bangkok, and the first couple of days we decided to book a stay at Holiday Inn. And let me tell you something, this is not your ordinary Holiday Inn that you typically exceed or stay at in the United States. I'm serious. This spot is really nice. And by the way, we happen to stay at this particular spot for free for 4 days. Yes, for free. If you guys are interested in learning how we stay here for free, I recommend clicking on that link on the description below that includes IHG. IHG credit card allows you to build up points and you can use those points to book free rooms. Yes, free rooms. So this is the first hotel we stayed in. Very nice location. We were near everything. There's a nice breakfast room where you have different food options each day. So the menu changes every day. And believe it or not, they have fish and rice, fried rice, croissants. I mean, they also have cereal and bacon and pancakes, just some items you guys may be familiar with in the States. But who would have known you would be eating some different type of Thai dishes for breakfast? There's also a laundry area in this space, so we can actually wash our clothes here and they provide detergent to you. So if you need to wash your clothes here, you can. This is a really nice space, again, for free. We didn't have to pay anything. We literally just used points to book this room. So we're gonna be here in this space for 4 days. I still have another day to be here. There's also a nice ice cream space or a nice ice cream box where you can get some ice cream from here. And so far I've been enjoying this space. There's also a gym. I've been trying to get my workout in. I started it right away. I didn't want to have any delay in doing my exercises since being in the US. So about this IHG credit card and how we were able to use points to book free nights at hotels. Let me tell you something. So when we sign up for this credit card, we instantly earn about 140,000 points. And it could be that today, or it could be something a little different. They have different types of rewards and programs going on different times. So you want to do your research and make sure you click on the link. So let me tell you something. We not only have points when we start off, when we sign up for this credit card, but we also build points by using this credit card every day for every day spent. Because typically we will build our points through American Express, but let me tell you, this card gives you more points. So goal is to use it for everything. Your rent if you can, your utilities, dining out, grocery, everything. And then pay off the card with the same cash or debit card or whatever that you would typically use for those expenses. You don't want to carry a balance. Make sure you pay off the balance immediately or at the end of every month. The goal is to build those points and then use those points to then pay for your hotel stays. And again, if you're interested in learning more about this credit card, the link is in the description. Let me tell you guys something. That flight experience, oh my gosh, being on the plane, we spent probably about 21 hours on the plane. And we started in the Houston area, and before we actually got on the plane, it was Phil's birthday. So we stayed at a very nice hotel called Reside, I believe. If I'm getting the name incorrectly, I would just include a name below. But this particular hotel was like a house. It was actually like an apartment. It was big enough, like a 1-bedroom apartment. It was really nice, and we was able to earn some points to Wyndham It was a Wyndham property, and we started to build those points there. So that's another option for you guys that may not be able to find a hotel, IHG related hotel. You can also use Wyndham and build points through them. So anyways, let me tell you about my flight experience. Oh my gosh. So I have been on an airplane for 20 something hours. The longest flight I have taken was about 23 hours. This was years ago when I flown to Philippines and Taiwan. And at that time I flew at nighttime. This was my first time flying during the day for that many hours. So I wasn't sure how I was going to adjust, because sometimes I have a hard time staying still for 5 hours. And guess what? It wasn't that bad. It really wasn't that bad. Once we got to the airport and we got on the plane, the first flight was to Tokyo. And we spent about 14 hours on the plane. And everything was really great because we had TVs. You know, you guys are familiar with it. You have TVs on the plane and they feed you. So when you're taking these long flights, you're gonna be eating a lot. You're probably gonna have at least 3 meals and snack in between. So they make sure you're eating some food and making sure that you are hydrated. So that's really good. That was a plus. The best part about this experience is that we had a layover, and let me tell you, it was an 8-hour layover. It's not as bad as we thought. We had a layover in Tokyo, and the best part about this experience was we slept most of that time. But not only that, the airport in Tokyo was really, really nice, upscale, fancy for an airport in my opinion. And let me tell you, we tried some dishes there. Oh my God, we tried some tofu dishes there, some vegetable fried rice there, and it was delicious. Oh my gosh. The perfect amount of spice in this tofu dish. That was my favorite part about the flights. Really, really enjoyed. So I will also tell you guys, if you haven't been on a flight this long, it's okay. It's not that bad. Just make sure you have your comfortable gear. Like, make sure you have like some type of neck pillow. Make sure you have a book to read, and make sure that you prepare yourself mentally, because it is a new experience. It is different. So once we got settled into our room, the first thing we did for the first day or two was we slept. And this is natural, and this is something you guys will do when you're flying this long, is that you will sleep because you have to adjust to that time difference. There's a 12-hour time difference in Bangkok compared to Houston. So that's what we did. And the other thing we did was we visited one of the largest malls in Bangkok, and that's called Icon Siam, largest mall in Bangkok. Now, as you guys can see, I was enjoying myself. Let me tell you, this mall right here, this ain't nothing like Galleria Mall in Houston, Texas. Let me tell you, this is one of the largest malls, not only largest, but probably one of the nicest malls I ever been to. This mall is huge. There's so much to offer here. I mean, the first floor, there's just so many food options. Like a lot of these food options here, a lot of these people that's serving food, these are typically food you will find in the street market. And that's what we were experiencing right here. This mall has about 8 floors. That's how big this mall is. And let me tell you, there was so many food options here. This is not the only floor of food. This is just one floor of food. And of course, there were a lot of different shops where you can buy clothes, you can buy bags, even the Apple store is here. You can even buy a car in this mall. So that was really, really dope. And let me tell you, the food, man, we had some amazing food here. There were just so many options. So we try not to get lost in this mall. This mall is so large. We also took some time out to not only look into the shopping centers, but also look at the food options. And, this may sound a little extra, but I had to use the restroom. And let me tell you, the restaurant was like some luxury ass hotel. And they have all bidet seating. You know, that's not common everywhere, and I love bidet seating. Ever since several years ago, I traveled overseas and I experienced using the bidet in the bathroom. I couldn't help it. I wanted one, and I actually had one installed at home. Seriously, my spouse purchased me a bidet. For those of you who like bidets. Also, as I mentioned before, we did visit the Apple store. And I had some issues with my phone, so I wanted to get my phone checked out. And I was able to get some things resolved there. But also, there are several stores in this mall that we were familiar with, that's also located in the United States. And there were a lot of stores that I was not so familiar with. I mean, it was exciting to see all this, a little bit probably overwhelming because there were just so many options to choose from. And let me tell you, one thing about the food here, the first level, you're gonna find one of the most, not only delicious meals, all the food I think is probably pretty good here, but you're also gonna find inexpensive prices. Let me tell you something. So with this day, just this day here, we spent only about probably $9 total on food, and that was, we tried pad thai, we tried some salad, we also tried some very large fried shrimp, and we didn't pay much for it. To be honest with you, we took the taxi here, and the taxi was inexpensive as well. I was amazed to learn that the taxi price is the same price as getting a watermelon drink and actual food dish here. It was about $3.09 USD. Yes, I mean, it took us about 17 minutes to get to the mall from the hotel. So overall day with going to the mall and back to the hotel and having some drinks and eating food, we spent about $18 and some change. So we spent under $20. And that's what I call inexpensive living, affordable living, you know what I mean? And a lot of you guys know what I'm talking about. If you're from the United States, you know that we spent a lot more. I mean, we probably would have spent about $70 just on maybe 2 dishes, you know what I'm saying? Probably even more depending on what type of restaurant you're going to. But anywho, this mall is such a great mall. If you guys plan to visit Bangkok, I recommend coming out and visiting this mall. For those of you who are new to my channel, I wanted to tell you about why I decided to leave America and move to Thailand. So one of the reasons I decided to leave America is because of the cost of living. My spouse and I had put together a 7-year plan. We were already planning to retire overseas. And then something happened last year where we decided, you know, we need to speed up this plan. We did not agree with what was going on at that time and what's currently going on when it comes to the leaders and their decisions in the presidential office. You know what I mean? I don't want to make this a political topic or a conversation, but that's the reason why we decided to leave. And I'm excited we made that decision and we didn't rely on, oh, we need millions and millions of dollars. Because I'm going to tell you guys something. You don't need millions and millions of dollars to retire and live abroad. All you need to do is start creating a plan. If this is something you want to do, create a plan, write it down, set some goals. Just make sure that when you come here, you have some type of savings, you know, maybe 6 months, if not a year of your monthly living expenses. And also make sure you have a plan, because not everybody is able to retire. Not everybody has a retirement. Not everybody's gonna have a pension or a 401k. So you gotta start somewhere. So anyway, that's the reason why we decided to move here. And going through this experience, I would say was not the easy experience. It took a lot of time to prepare for this. We probably spent, 6 months preparing ourselves mentally for this change, and the last 2 months preparing, like just reducing our belongings. We had to really reduce all of the things we had. We had a lot of material things, you know, as far as clothes and shoes, and we narrowed that down into 3 bags. Can you believe it? 3 damn bags. So I honestly feel like being here, even though it's only been 3 days, I do feel a sense of relief. I honestly feel like I'm slowing down. I mean, that's the best way to describe it. I feel like I'm slowing down. I haven't really thought much about corporate America much. I mean, I know what's going on currently, but I've been actually taking my time to actually breathe, and I feel happy. I really do. I'm not saying that Thailand's perfect. I'm still learning about Bangkok, and there's other places we plan to visit as well. I'm saying that being here allows me to slow down, and I really believe it has something to do with our surroundings, my surroundings of being here and seeing people and seeing the way they move. But anyways, besides that, what our plans are moving forward is we have about 2 more days in this hotel in Bangkok, and then we plan on going to another hotel for additional 4 days in Bangkok, which by the way, we're also using points for. And then after that, we're gonna spend about a month in Pattaya. We're gonna spend a month there. And then from there, we're gonna spend a month in Vietnam. And we plan to explore Da Nang, Vietnam, because that is a place that we started learning about just a couple of months ago. And so we're really excited to see that place. We have a community of individuals that have already been there, and they talk about it a lot. And this is from Grounded Life community. They talk about how nice the place is. So we're excited about that. We was all about staying in Thailand, and then it went from Thailand to Vietnam to, hey, let's just take our time. Let's slow travel to these different countries, and maybe by a year from now, we can then allow that place to choose us. So we're in no rush. We're slow traveling. After we leave Vietnam, we're going to head to Indonesia, Bali. We're gonna spend a couple of weeks there. Then we're gonna head back to Thailand, and we're gonna be in Hue Hin the remainder of the month. So we should be heading back to the States at the end of December. So I know a lot of you out there are probably asking yourself this question, you know, how could I do that? How could I just step out of the matrix and go and live my best life? And honestly, that could be in the United States, or it could be outside America. I'm not judging anyone. I'm not trying to convince you guys to leave the United States. I'm only here to explain why I decided to leave and share my experience with you guys. What I want you guys to know is that there's more than what we've been told. And when I say we, I'm talking about Americans, because we have been taught that America is the greatest country in the world. Now, I'm grateful. I'm very grateful for all the opportunities I had. I went to college. I went to grad school. I had a great career in corporate America. But honestly, I was burnt out. And after completing college and getting to a point of success in my career, I started trying other things. I went from not only, going through college, I went and got all these other certifications to grow my career, but then I went and became a real estate agent. And the purpose of that is I wanted to learn the language so that I could be an investor. So I, became a real estate agent, a real estate investor. Then I got my insurance license and notary license. And the whole point I'm trying to make here is I started to wake up, and this happened about 7 years ago. I started to realize, you know what? yeah, I know I went to college and had this, have this career now. I wasn't happy. I was exhausted. I was burnt out. And it didn't matter how many different jobs I went to with new experiences and more money, I was not happy. And I was in and out of the matrix every time I went to work and then went into entrepreneurship. And going to entrepreneurship was really eye-opening experience for me, because it taught me that I didn't necessarily have to rely on a job to survive. I could be out there on my own and make my own money. So I had that to start off with. And my motivation towards that was, it was going to allow me to, get out of the rat race sooner. And figure out what I wanted to do in my life. What will make Denicia happy? You know what I mean? And I know a lot of you guys can relate. So again, I know you guys may be asking yourself this question: is this something I can do? It is something you can do. And it may seem impossible, but it really is not impossible. You just really have to believe in yourself and start off with a plan. So anywho, guys, I don't want to keep going on with the same topic, but if you guys have any questions for me, please leave me a comment. Or if you just want to vent about your corporate America job, because I've been there, spent years and years in corporate America, leave me a comment. If this resonates with you, if you want to continue to follow my journey, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, the notification bell, and share this video with anyone that you feel this information would be helpful to. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. Take care of yourself, love one another, peace.